20 years and counting, 10,000 cards and counting, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game is probably one of the most technical and mechanical trading card games to date, with a rulebook to match. So you want to get involved, but where do you start? Well, YouTube might be a good place. However, how good are some of these videos we see posted on YouTube? Well, my friend, you are about to find out. Welcome to NetDeck 101 Season 2. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You know who it is by now. Jimothy. Now, I know it has been a while since the last episode of NetDeck 101 Season 2. But what I will say is IRL stuff does take precedence, ladies and gents. And sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. Anyway, back onto today's topic, which we are looking at, which is Metalfoes from Team NDL. Now, as always, I always leave a link in the description to the original deck profile. So if you do get an opportunity, definitely go and check out Team NDL and have a look at the original profile, as well as check out some of his other content. He does make some awesome content looking at both rogue and meta decks, so it's always refreshing to have a look at his content and just to see what kind of strategies or techs he's kind of pulling off and idea or philosophies behind certain decks. But we are looking at Metalfoes, a deck or archetype that's actually got recent support, as well as a few more rarity bumps in terms of upgrades in the most last recent sets. I believe it was Blazing Vortex and Ghost from the Past. But anyway, ladies and gents, without wasting any more time, let's get straight into the duels. So this is the deck list Team NDL produced on his channel and profiled. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there's going to be a link in the description to the original deck profile, which will allow you to go and see exactly what he profiled and actually go through some of his thoughts and theories behind some of his card choices. However, we are in the business of reviewing the deck, so let's start off with the positive things. Now, what I will say is an interesting take on the deck. Metalfoes typically are a fusion pendulum based archetype that looks to amalgamate the two strategies, but being able to splash in a synchro engine in the form of Christian Hauki Firebrax and friends, i.e. Despot 001 and Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon, does allow for some flexibility, and it can actually put up a semi-interactive board going first with a couple of negations as well as a couple of interruptions, so to speak, which is really positive. I mean, looking at the monster count, we typically see the maxing of the Metalfoes main deck monsters, which is kind of reminiscent of what you would see through a majority of the deck profiles, as well as the one Metalfoes Vanisher. The Magica Libra, however, is a nice little tech which allows you to go into some sneaky synchro plays, especially if you get unexpected die off, as well as being able to pendulum summon or even going through the Rescue Rabbit route. Rescue Rabbit is a powerful follow-up play. Obviously, drawing this round one going second is a difficult feat to pull off, mainly because typically your opponent's going to have some negations, but it's a very powerful card and can lead you into, i.e. a rank 4. It can lead you into some Christian Hauki Firebrax plays. It's fantastic. The Monolith Scout was really useful. I'm actually considering putting this in my build, mainly because you can go into Cyber Dragon Infinity, which yet again is another negate. The Summoner's Art is nice just for a bit of consistency, as well as the Painful Decision. This is something that I typically did not think of putting in my build, but it's something that I'm definitely going to incorporate, mainly because it's a little bit more of consistency, allows you to search your deck, as well as fill up your graveyard for Metalfoes Mithrilium, which can come in clutch at times. Emergency Teleport needs no introduction. Now, in terms of the extra deck, I didn't find myself going into Azotless as much as I would like. I typically went into Alkahest as well as Mithrilium, mainly for my main forms of disruption, along with Herald of the Arclight, which was basically very powerful in this deck. Especially the hand effect, where anything from the hand gets banished. It typically just disrupted Dragon Link going first, and they had to kind of like waste their battle phase to be over it, or actually just get rid of it by baiting it out in order to be able to fully play the game. Link Spider is a nice little tech, being able to summon him out, especially if you've got a Magica Libra in hand. You can special summon that out and go into your Christian Hauki Firebrax. Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon, very powerful card. Along with your Despot 001 and your Herald of the Arclight, it does make for some interesting plays, as well as being able to set up Arclight, FA Dawn Dragstar, as well as an Alkahest on board. It's a very intimidating board to go against, typically for a rogue strategy. Now, for some of the cons, the main issue I have with this deck is the lack of interaction going second. I had to sit through a number of games just watching my opponent combo off and then just not being able to play the game. It's missing hand traps, and it's missing a lot of them. It doesn't need too many, but to be honest, it could do with some high impact hand traps, maybe even in the sideboard, to be able to side them in. But as it stands, looking at this deck profile specifically, we need hand traps in the main deck. Maybe Nibiru, maybe Drolan Lockbird, even a Ghost Ogre, just to have some kind of interaction on your opponent's turn. Because literally, if I didn't go first, I was just watching my opponent combo off, and I found it really difficult to try and break through their board. But apart from that, it's a very solid build. You could potentially, because it's so consistent, you could potentially put in a few more cards and even go above 40, just to be able to have some additional engines or additional search power in the deck, and still be able to be very consistent in what it's trying to do. All in all, a very solid deck profile. Once again, big shout out to Team NDL. Definitely go and check out his content. Fantastic content creator. And what I will say, ladies and gents, were there anything that I missed in this deck profile? If so, get at me in that comment section below. And as always, if you do like this content, you know what to do by now. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.